Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And it's the morning after. It's actually the same morning over here in the UK. Because we watch it in the morning and it's still the morning. 5 a.m. to be precise. That's when the fight started. Okay, so this is a story, or the story, of the exposure of Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Okay, there was much talk. There was much talk about Deontay Wilder potentially being one of the best. I think this was going to be his 10th defense. This was his 10th defense, I believe. And it's where he came a cropper. It's where he both literally and figuratively fell down. February the 22nd of the year 2020 is when, after 5 years of champion, fighting for the most part, low-hanging fruit. This was the day when Deontay Wilder got exposed. You see, Wilder's only really fought two top-ranking guys or high-ranking guys, and that was, one of them's disputed. That's Luis Ortiz. We don't know how good or how bad he is because he hasn't fought anybody else other than Bryant Jennings. What was that, 3-4 years ago? No other top names, no other top scalps on Ortiz's record. So we don't know how good he is. We do know that Tyson Fury is legit. We knew that before he proved it again tonight. But he surely put an exclamation mark on his career in beating the overinflated, the overestimated by some, but most of us outside of the US saw him as a fraudulent champion, a cherry-picking champion. Only two at most top names on his resume in 5 years as champion. But tonight, February the 22nd, 2020, Deontay Wilder got well and truly exposed. And you may ask, well, why do I say exposed? Well, it's because he showed a total and flagrant lack of fundamentals. Could barely move his feet properly. That's been a knock on him for many, many years, but Tyson Fury exploited it. You see, Tyson Fury has beat Deontay Wilder twice. The first time, it was not acknowledged by the judges. And even this time around, the referee, Bayless, who a lot of people had their doubts about as an interferer, even in this fight, he tried to interfere. Was it WBC orders? Was it PBC pressure or influence? But he bought Deontay Wilder time. Intervened unnecessarily. Deducted a point from Tyson Fury for a little bit of grappling. Just a little bit of friendly grappling. So, slowed down the tempo, but it couldn't stop. Couldn't stop the Gypsy King's flow. He mercilessly battered the typically uncoordinated Deontay Wilder from the first bell until the towel was thrown in and Deontay Wilder staggered back to his corner, bewildered and bemused. arguing with Mark Breland. Why'd you stop it? Why'd you stop the fight? Leaking, blood leaking from an ear. Swallowing his own blood by a busted lip. What looked to me like a broken cheekbone. He was busted up. Battered from pillar to post. Touched the canvas like 4 times, dropped down 4 times, went sprawling 4 times, 2 of them by knockdown, 1 of them just by his sheer lack of coordination, and the 4th time, Tyson Fury used a little bit of WWE on him and pushed him down to the ground. He was just battered, absolutely battered. Some people, when they saw him leaking from all over, the side of his face, the mouth, I said, stop the fight. I was saying no. For all the talking he's done, let him have some more. But even I, at some point, had to relent and say, okay, fair enough. Enough is enough. And fortunately for him, he had Mark Breland in the corner to save his ass. There we go. The WBC belt and the ring belt. Now he's got the full set.
30 times in a row I backed it up. People always write me off. They look at me fat belly, they look at me bald head, and they think, oh, you know what, he can't fight, he can't punch, he can't box, he's clumsy. You know, I toppled the 2nd longest reigning champion in history, Vladimir Klitschko, in Germany. You know, bums don't do that. Bums don't do that. I had me mental problems, I had me issues. I was out the ring for nearly 3 years, I came back, and I beat him last time on 50%. I said this time, you're not fighting that same old man that was out the ring for 3 years. I said, you're fighting a real Gypsy King this time. He fought the best Tyson Fury. We both fought the best of our primes. I'm 31 years old in the prime of my life, and so is Deontay Wilder. And he got what I told him he was going to get, knocked out.
Battered and exposed. Dropped 2 times by punches. Fell over his own feet the 3rd time, sitting there sprawling. And the 4th time, I was a push down. And got mercifully saved. Deontay Wilder, uncoordinated. No fundamentals, hardly any fundamentals whatsoever. Relied on his big right hand. But the Gypsy King came in big and heavy and did what he was supposed to do. The left, followed up by a lunging right. Boom, boom, boom. Battered. Battered and exposed. Deontay Wilder should never have been at the top. He was protected from the very, very start. When he should have been fighting Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, or even Vitaly Klitschko. His manager, his protector, Shelly Finkel. Where the hell's Shelly Finkel? Said he was just a baby. He has had a career that was protected. He was a protected fighter. There you see the cracked cheekbone. It's leaking out the ear. Battered, bruised, and downed. Exposed. And now you see why he was avoiding people like Dillian White, who I feel would piece him up. Anthony Joshua, who I feel would knock him cold. Knock him out cold. Ice him. Make him icy. And this is the story of Deontay Wilder. So what next? Does he come back? If he comes back, he gets battered worse. Because I feel Deontay, or rather Tyson Fury, when he knew that he'd taken some of Deontay Wilder's punches and got back up off the canvas, I feel that Tyson Fury was confident that he could batter the man. And went over to the Kronk gym to work under the tutelage of Sugar Hill. And came in heavier, came in with a purpose. Thought, nah, I can't stay away from this guy. I'm going to have to take it to him. And Deontay Wilder, I feel a bit sorry for him now, but I shouldn't. Deontay Wilder was wide-eyed Watch the fight for yourself. Even from the first round, he was wide-eyed. Said, damn, this man is really bringing it to me. Unlike most others. Brought it to him just like Joshua would. Brought it to him just like Dillian White would. I believe his handlers. Mark Breland celebrated two Olympic champion. Was he a two-time Olympic champion? Certainly a two-time world champion. They knew that they had to protect the man, and they protected him for years. But time ran out, and Deontay Wilder, he got duly exposed. That's why he didn't fight. That's why he didn't meet up. He didn't want nothing to do with Dillian White. Dillian White has got a heavy punch, but he's got fundamentals. Deontay Wilder only has a heavy punch without the fundamentals. Relatively clueless when somebody's prepared to stick it on him. And that's the thing with the British guys. All the Brits. The Tyson Furies. The Dillian White. The Anthony Joshua. And in a couple of years' time, even Daniel Dubois would put it on him, would stick it on him. That's what will happen to Deontay Wilder if he fights any of the top Brits. They will stick it on you. Tyson Fury, not known for sticking it on people. You called him pillow-fisted. Well, look what happened to you at the hands of a pillow-fisted fighter. Allegedly pillow-fisted. You got absolutely battered. So what say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's a new age. Maybe now we can see Undisputed, because that's one of the reasons I wanted you out of the way, because you don't want Undisputed. That's one of the reasons I wanted you out. So now hopefully Tyson Fury will be the man who will step to Joshua and say, yes, I accept your challenge. I will fight you for Undisputed. A third fight? Do you really want a third fight? Do you really want it? You was mocking Anthony Joshua when he fell. Yeah? One fight later, you get battered by a so-called pillow-fisted fighter. Absolutely battered. And I complained about the 25 pound. But you know what? To see what just happened, the 25 pound PPV, I complained, but to see what just happened, it was worth every penny. Mate, you got battered by a pillow-fisted fighter and exposed. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comment. It's the shares. It's the have your say. It's the follow me on Twitter. It's the tune into the live shows. Boxing Talk with Rafi, Monday and Wednesday, 10 p.m. UK time. Yeah? Why did he stop it? Because you're leaking, boy. You are leaking through your ear, your cheekbones cracked, your lips split. Yeah, you're drinking your own blood. You should thank Mark Breland. It's Raphael Dawkins, the Combat Radio, and I'm out.